Welcome everyone, this is On This Restart, and this time we're talking about Pokemon Legends and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Where is the news for these games? We've been waiting for them for quite a while already. The news was expected around E3, right before E3. Normally, in a normal year, assuming it's not a pandemic year, we get a Pokemon Presents or Direct before the E3 Direct. That didn't happen this year, and we didn't even see any sort of Pokemon news during the E3 showcase either. There was nothing there, no mention of it, and now it's already been some time since E3. That was back in June. We are now approaching the end of July. We're going into August. These games have specific release dates. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is coming out November 19th, and Legends Arceus is coming out January 28th, yet we know so little about these games. So some people are starting to worry, maybe these games are getting delayed, maybe they've been pushed up, and others are simply just curious about what these games even are. What sort of new details are there to learn? Will there be more Pokemon, new mechanics in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Will those games have Mega Evolutions? Will that be where the main competitive battling will be had? Will Legends Arceus be more than just a single player game? Will it be an expansive game? Will it be a big game that is worth $60? Will there be a lot of things to do, or is it going to be a barren open world game? There's lots of questions about these games that we just don't know yet we're just months away from their release, supposedly. So what's going on? Well, in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about, speculating and sort of trying to come to some sort of logical conclusion as to why we haven't gotten news on these games yet, and if the news is around the corner, and what kind of news that may be. That's what we're talking about today. Now, before we jump into things, let me very quickly talk about my social media. You may see a few different things here on screen. You can check that all out. It is linked in the description below. And of course, if you like what you're seeing here, you can subscribe. So first, let's talk about why we haven't gotten news on these games yet. What's going on? Are they getting delayed, or is there something wrong? Well, I'll say that I don't think anything is wrong. I don't think we would have gotten a specific release date for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus if they were getting delayed. If it was just saying like early 2022 for Legends Arceus and fall 2021 for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl at this point, then maybe. But the fact that they gave us a specific date shows that they already have a clear plan that is set, and they are getting ready to start marketing and putting together pre-order materials and things of that nature. So I don't really think that they are getting delayed. It's already pretty much set in stone that these games are coming out when they are coming, because we've been given those specific release dates and even the box art and stuff, so I'm not really worried about the games getting delayed. They are coming when they are telling us they are coming. However, we still haven't gotten the news, so why is that? Well, I think it might have to do with the fact that right now we're getting a whole bunch of promotion for Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite, when it was revealed last year, got its own dedicated Pokemon Presents. Remember when we had a Pokemon Presents and then they had another one a week later? That was just specifically for Pokemon Unite. They want to give this a big focus. This is being developed by Tencent. It's a big Chinese developer. There's a lot of potential money to be made here with a free-to-play MOBA Pokemon game. So they are definitely giving this the spotlight right now because it's a huge business opportunity here. So they're letting Pokemon Unite have the spotlight right now, but soon, once that starts to die down a little bit and they get it going, they're gonna transition to marketing the next two big Pokemon games because they have to. Time is running short. We are approaching the end of the summer. So if I had to guess, I would say by the end of the summer, we will start getting actual news about these games beyond just titles and actual cover art here. I think we're actually gonna learn about gameplay details fairly soon. So within the next few weeks, I think we'll start getting some news. That's what I'm thinking right now. Another thing to consider is that because of the whole COVID situation, things are still sort of being adjusted and such. The way things have been handled are still different than they normally are. We have seen that Nintendo themselves have been getting closer to a norm. We got that general Nintendo Direct back in February, and of course we also had the Pokemon Presents around then as well. And then for E3, we got a pretty much general Nintendo Direct, but the treehouse was shorter, and we didn't see any mention of Pokemon, so some things are different, and a lot of that may have to do with organization and getting everything together. But as I said earlier, I think the big reason why we haven't gotten Pokemon news yet by this point is because of Pokemon Unite. They're focusing on that. But also, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is coming out this November. They have to start talking about it soon. We still know very little about this game, and Legends Arceus as well. And what's interesting is that if we go back to the Switch OLED trailer, we saw new footage for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. The game looked different. You could argue if it's really that much of a visual improvement, but it's clearly at least an aesthetic change. The coloring is different. There are some more details on the character model there. It does look like they've changed things around. So that footage seems to be coming from a later version of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, which could be close to the final release version. And that may be just the first little bit of promotional material they're going to be getting that's going to be the whole lead up to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl this November. It should also be noted that we've seen some listings pop up here and there. For example, there were listings for both these new Pokemon games on the Pokemon Center website, but it was taken down. So it could be the case that there are things ready behind the scenes, but it's just not quite the time because, again, of Pokemon Unite. So basically, I think the news is coming really soon, and we're already starting to see some early signs of the build-up for these games. So we're going to be learning about them fairly soon, more about them, because obviously we already know about them to some extent, but it's really just from those initial trailers. We're going to be learning more really soon. But what will we be learning? Well, probably everything, really. Like, that's what's going to happen, but in what way, what sort of details are we going to be getting? Well, for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, it is a remake, right? So basically, we should be expecting it to be just an enhanced version of the initial game. I think one expectation is that basically all the content we got from Pokemon Platinum, the third definitive version of Generation 4, we should expect pretty much all that content this time around as well. There's been some debate about whether Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl will be more of a Let's Go style game, more of a traditional mainline core Pokemon game. I think that it's probably going to be more of a traditional mainline core game. And the reasoning for that is because, one, there is no Let's Go moniker. I feel like that is something they may want to stick with because Pokemon Go is a thing that is still going. So there's still some promotional oomph with the Go naming. So if they are going to go with the Let's Go style again, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were successful, they may eventually go to Let's Go Gen 2 at some point. I do think that they may want to stick to that naming when they do decide to use it. So with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, there isn't that. This is being touted as an actual remake of the initial games, and the initial games were core games. They were mainline games, not a Let's Go style kind of game. So even though there was a bit of a chibi style, it's still that. And if we look at the most recent footage from the OLED trailer, it does look to be a little bit less vibrant and cartoony, even though, I mean, obviously Pokemon's a cartoony game, but they seem to have scaled it down a little bit. And it seems to be a little bit more of a natural sort of look to an extent. And that could be suggestive that they want these games to sort of match up to the initial sort of theme and feeling of Gen 4 when it came out back in the day. So I am expecting that these games, when we start to get more details on them, we'll start to see that this is an appropriate remake for Generation 4, and we're going to be getting at least the content we saw with Platinum. But because it's a remake, there probably will be some new Pokemon involved in some way. I'm sure you'll at least be able to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield into there through Pokemon Home and such. But I also imagine that there will be some perhaps regional forms of the different Pokemon that are from Sinnoh that we'll be able to use. And who knows, maybe they'll add a few other forms as well. We're not sure if they're going to be using Dynamax or Mega Evolution yet, or if there's going to be any sort of gimmick like that. But that is the kind of thing we'll also probably learn about once they start giving us more details. Maybe they'll confirm Mega Evolutions, maybe they'll deconfirm Dynamax or what have you. Whatever sort of like special evolutionary mechanic there will be, we'll learn about that probably by the end of the summer. That's what I'm thinking. And I also think we'll probably learn about Legends Arceus around the same time as well. I don't think they're just going to stay quiet on Legends Arceus. They will be giving us details about that game as well. I think they're going to be kind of marking them together the same way they sort of did back when they were first revealed together. So we're going to be getting details for Legends Arceus throughout the year as well. It may not be as much because Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is coming out sooner, but we will be learning about this game, so rest assured we will be getting that. But Legends Arceus, as stated by the actual listing on Nintendo's website, it's a single player game. I don't think that's going to change. I don't think they're going to say all of a sudden it's a multiplayer game. I think they're focused on making this sort of like a single player adventure. So in other words, it's not going to really have like the competitive multiplayer elements of Pokemon. That's probably stick to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So For Sinnoh, it's going to be focused on more of that adventure, right? That single player adventure. And they're going to probably show us some mechanics that are well suited for that. It's going to be about adventuring around, platforming around. And we've seen from some early leaked shots, like right before the game was revealed, that it looks like there's going to be like some sort of ride Pokemon mechanics similar to what we saw in Sun and Moon. So I expect a confirmation of that. I also expect that they will show us a more well completed version of the combat system, which is probably going to be pretty different from the mainline games. We've already seen evidence of that. So we'll be learning more about the combat system. We'll be learning more about how you traverse this world with potentially ride Pokemon. And we'll probably obviously see more locales. And also the game's probably going to look and be running a fair bit better. If the improvements we saw in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is anything to go by, I think Legends Arceus is also going to look substantially better than what we saw in the first trailer. And I think we're going to start learning all about these different things in just a few weeks. I could be wrong, but I mean, they're coming out soon, so they have to start talking about them really, really soon. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're getting news for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus before the end of the summer, or do you think we'll have to wait even later? Or do you think that these games are getting delayed? And what sorts of details do you think we'll start to get once the news starts to surface? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is On Just Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care.